a couple of seconds to
SWB
get
audio
the
capture not
streams up.
registered.
Well, hello. Why is this not working? Let's see. I know that YouTube's working. Hi, YouTube. Twitch, how you doing?
YouTube.
What's up, Twitch?
I'll probably do it to fullchat.com.
We also have Odyssey is even showing up in the house tonight. Welcome, Odyssey, for the first time. And Twitter. Hello, Twitter. Okay. Let's say hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
boys and girls.
Hello, campers. It is Saturday night, and it's time for How Did We Miss That? You know what? I should probably make like a logo or a text or something that actually has that scary name on there somewhere. That probably would be smart.
Right.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to How Did We Miss That? This is Indy and Reef is next to me. Reef, where's your nameplate? I don't see it up there yet. That would be good.
I had to hit that button.
Yeah, here it is.
That would probably make sense if I did those kind of things. If I went into OBS and hit this and then hit that. Whoop.
Hey, what's up, Reef? All right. So, How Did We Miss That is a show going through a few stories we haven't seen covered anywhere in leftist media or just about anywhere, I would say. Co-hosted with Reef Breland from Door Discord. All the stories were featured in our Substack, Leftist.today, and at the top of IndependentLeft.news. Before we get started, I also wanted to mention the podcast is back, and it is an audio version of this show. So if you don't want to actually watch the bird and watch Reef and you'd rather listen to us, you can just go to anchor.fm/independent left news. That's all one word, anchor.fm/independent left news. And you can subscribe, or you can find us on Spotify also if you look up Independent Left News. I also wanted to give a shout out. This is something that I hadn't done yet. Is give a shout out to our patrons and Ko-fi supporters. Jared R, Eric T, and Richard M have been supporting for a while. Eric on our Ko-fi account, Jared and Richard over on Patreon. Wanted to say thank you for your support and really appreciate that. And I also wanted to shout out our volunteers, Nicole and Darlene, who help with all of our social media posting, and they're a vital part of what we do and how we get this operation out to everybody. So, hey Reef, what's up, man?
Not much, bro. How you been?
What have you been up to this week? Anything exciting?
Been doing stuff at the parents' side of the house, so I haven't thrown any parties yet, but working on it.
Seems like risky business.
Myself, right? Yeah, pretty much. Right? But yeah, enjoying the streams, watching a bunch of stuff. I think Jimmy put up some stuff from his live shows over at Flappers, and FHL doing things. Been doing good.
I believe just for the people who don't know that that Reef does some producing on the back end, and he produced a pretty big stream this week himself. And nobody would know it, but
yep,
that's the fun stuff.
I clicked buttons and brought up live chats. Yep, it was nice.
That's the fun stuff.
So, yeah.
All right, so everybody's out in chat. Darlene's checking in on both Facebook and on YouTube, monitoring everything. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hi, Darlene. Say hi. Luigi's here. How you doing? Fanto even checked in. To mod. Nice. Everybody's a mod. And Valerie. Hi, Valerie. Welcome to the show. Nicole. I see Nicole's in there somewhere, I guess. Oh, thank you, Nicole and Darlene. What is FB? Facebook. FB. FB is Facebook. And we're at facebook.com/IND Left News on Facebook as well. And also we're on odyssey.com/IND Left News. And here's actually the link for the show on Odyssey. And for some reason, why isn't this posting? Come on. My keyboard's not working now. I knew this was going to happen. Keyboard died. Okay.
Is Tim Cook messing you up again? You want me to go yell at him?
It's the restream chat. I can't paste in there. That's really weird. Okay, anyway. We have a bunch of awesome stories, amazing videos, and amazing articles that were holy crap articles again. That reason for the name of the show is how did we miss that? Okay, I figured we'll jump into a couple of them before our 4:20 break because it's already 12:06.
Has everyone met? Has everyone met one of my co-hosts? This is my Puppo. Say hi, Puppo.
Hi,
Oh, say hi,
Papa.
Puppo. Can you say
Papa.
Puppo?
We need a nameplate for Puppo.
Puppo.
So of course this is the Substack Leftist.today. You can get there or independentleftnews.substack.com, which is the feeder site from independentleft.news. At the top of today's is an article published by Whitney Webb the other day that I did not grab off the crawler for some reason. The RSS seems to be broken for the site.
SWB audio capture.
A few
not
other
registered.
stories that you'll find again if you go to independentleft.news. Some of those stories are also featured on Leftist.today. There's our Ron Placone video, and there's more and more videos, articles, and then we get to the videos slider. Interesting video here from Frank Analysis that you might want to check out. And then again, we have the Leftist.today. So the top 5 articles and top 5 videos from independentleft.news makes it into Leftist.today. And that is, I actually curate and arrange and figure out what I want people to see in each edition. So, first article I have, and it's a theme. We've got another theme this week. More strikes. More strikes. More strikes. More strikes are happening. More people are talking about strikes. Everybody's getting a strike, it seems. And the first article is from
especially on YouTube.
Labor Notes. Especially on YouTube. But from Labor Notes, which is an excellent website, reporting on what's happening out there in the labor sector from a worker perspective. Okay, that workers have the real right to rest concessions. It's time to use it. Capitalist vultures are wheeling low. They're finding slim pickings to choose from these days. No one wants to work, right? But it's not that nobody wants to work. It's that no one wants to pay these people to work. Masters are always and labor and everywhere in a sort of tacit but constant and uniform combination not to raise the wages of labor above their actual rate in the wealth of nations, of course. Okay, so again, the bottleneck is, and what we all know is, the bottleneck supply chains reliant on container ships, airplanes, trucks, trains, and workers right now have real leverage to wrest concessions from their bosses.
Not registered.
Yes, we are streaming on Twitch and Odyssey as well. We should be on all 4 platforms. Many workers are acutely aware that the supply snarls also include labor, forced overtime. Okay, this is becoming a more pressing issue again. Recent strikes at Frito-Lay and Nabisco is rampant to compensate for understaffing. Help wanted signs everywhere. Schools having a hard time finding bus drivers. I understand in my state they just raised the rate to $32 an hour for bus drivers. Okay, and Laura Ingram, what if we just cut off unemployment? Hunger is a pretty powerful thing. Okay, she wanted people to be starving, and we know that she's a monster, but it hasn't worked, and that's what we saw recently, is that unemployment numbers are lower or higher than expected, or the job numbers are lower than expected. And again, more than 7 million people stopped receiving them, and nearly 3 million saw them reduced. Yet the expected spike in job applicants has not happened. They have not returned to the workforce. And there's a ton of reasons why. Okay, so now, again, employers are offering signing bonuses and college tuition. All of a sudden now, they're ponying up. They're realizing that they need to start paying out. All right, this is an opportunity for workers and unions to undo concessions they've made for years, or even to win long-sought demands. 100%. This is our chance.
Right.
right? Again, at least some workers have gotten bold together. Frito-Lay, Nabisco, Massachusetts nurses to lower nurse-to-patient ratios, Alabama miners to win back the 1.1 billion that they forked over
SWB
to.
audio capture,
They won
not
that?
registered.
That I was not aware of. Wait, did they win?
Right.
No, they want it back, but they have not gotten it back.
Gotcha.
That's when they marched on Manhattan. Okay. And again, I did something dangerous. I clicked on a link. I don't know what it was.
Might be messing up.
Sorry?
FYI. You want to check on that real quick?
Okie doke. Sorry if the audio's
It's giving some message. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but
just loading it now. It's not even appearing on. Boy.
yeah,
Am I having big audio issues? Is that what's happening here?
no, it's just there's a message that comes in chat in the thing like SWB audio capture is not, like capturing the audio or whatever.
Right, because we're not using that microphone.
Oh, is that it? No, it's.
We're using Chris.
I mean, I guess you turn off
Anyway.
that microphone, right?
You hear me, but there is some yes that. I don't hear anything, but
Yeah, it's like in the stream. I had to like listen to it.
great.
So I'll keep an eye on it, see if it comes back.
That's no bueno. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, here we go. How about now? That should be better. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because now I have it looking to the right microphone. So, again,
Okay.
we've got that workers are, getting together and fighting. We've got Seattle carpenters. We've got Virginia Volvo workers voting down multiple contract offers. Again, John Deere also. Yeah, here we go. This was back in July that they were on strike. Now they actually did get some concessions in their deal. Yay for workers, exactly, 100%. Right. Pandemic at the end of unemployment. The pandemic and the end of unemployment benefits have not cowed these workers into submission. Now's the time to turn up the heat, take risks, and refuse to settle for less. It's an opportunity that won't last forever. 100%. So we've got that one, and then we've got some, again, stellar work this week by World Socialist website, WSWS. 4 killer articles throughout the week. So this one was in the 10/3 evening edition. All right, Henry Lee came out with strikes by university and college workers in Britain breakout. I did not hear anything about this anywhere in any other space that I saw. But members of the University and College Union at 10 FE colleges joined strikes on September 28th to oppose real terms pay cuts. Over 150 universities will vote the strike ballot in October. So it's staff at 15 FE colleges voted in July to take action. I mean, we're seeing a theme here, and it's not just in the United States, it's worldwide. So we'll start with the UK. All right. And then we'll move to Germany.
Right.
Strikes in German healthcare workers continues in Berlin. So healthcare, and I believe there's over 25,000 workers here. 1,200 beds out of service. 2,000 patients are waiting for an operation. 25 days of strike action. I believe we covered this last week as well. Just wanted to give a follow-up that this is still going on. We stand in full solidarity with all the workers for better working conditions, better pay, living wages, and whatever they're asking
Standard
for.
stuff.
They're not striking for no reason. Again, so here they receive up to €900 less for the same work as employees in the parent. And again, this will tell you exactly what the beefs and gripes are. Okay, they sought to appease approximately 2,500 employees with the prospect of an adjustment of wages. General strike next week. Yeah, the 15th of October is still planned for the general strike. If you go to, I believe it's Labor Movement X. Germany does have universal health care, but the healthcare workers still need to get paid living wages. So this is what's happening in Germany. And then we move a little closer to home. Actually, before we get to that one, let me move to this one because this happened just the other day. 10,000 Alberta Superstore workers vote overwhelmingly in favor of strike action. This is up north in Canada. So Canadian Superstore, that's one of their largest grocery chains, right? They've endured months of high unsafe conditions during the pandemic, poverty wages as compensation. Yeah, COVID outbreaks in at least 30 stores over the course of the pandemic out of 40. So we've got workers all over the world that are standing up, big groups of unionized workers, and saying enough. The Seattle Carpenters are still fighting their union as well, and I think I don't know if we check in with them later or if I have to do that next week. I think we're going to do it next week. The growing strike movement in the United States, the case for rank and file committees. Now, again, this is kind of the case against unions, and this is a really interesting article that I encourage everyone to take a look at. Again, talking about a strike of because they're being shut down by unions, that we should really that there should be potentially an alternative considered. So tens of thousands have already approved strike action or voted to vote or scheduled to vote. 60,000 IATA workers, 24,000 Kaiser Permanente workers, and of course, a lot of indie media did cover the television and movie production workers voting overwhelmingly to strike as well. And again, we stand full in solidarity with them. But I didn't want to cover that story because I felt like it was already covered pretty extensively. And 11,000 John Deere workers are voted for. They voted down the contract they were offered. Dana. So you're looking at all these different workers that are. And look what happened to the Nabisco strike is that the union came in and said, okay, guys, enough is enough. This is what ends up happening in the end. So that they're saying that there's a different system that should be tried, which is these rank and file committees. These unions are systematically blocking strikes from occurring, right? So UAW is one of the things that they're talking about. The John Deere plant's in Indiana, Darlene.
Right. You know what that means?
I know what time that is. Well,
You know what
in honor of the strikers and striking
stop.
workers. Well, we have to certainly switch over to Bongham and in honor of the striking workers. We'll push. Hey, kitty cat. Wait, cat's not smoking. No. Come on. We don't believe in that.
Has to be on me.
Okay. Yep, the union screwed Nabisco. Bond cam, exactly. There's the reef bond cam. We see the fan moving in the
Oh,
background. Kitty cam.
yep. Kitty cam.
The official
Ooh.
unions are nothing more than a labor police force in the employ of management. They are enforcing the ruling class's herd immunity policies on workers because they have at stake billions of dollars in stock market investments and billions more in direct transfers of corporate cash through their labor management schemes. Yes, exactly. 420 plus. Well, for here it's 420 plus 4 hours. We're in Lisbon or in Dublin. I believe it's 4:20 a.m. Currently. It is
Yeah.
5:20 in London. So this is a really good article by Tom Hall. Again, encourage everyone to read it. He is with the SEP, the Socialist Equality Party. You can find him on Twitter at Tom Hall SEP. WSWS doing some bang up work this week. So again, I was going to mention that that was the U.S. That was the U.S. movement. Okay, so we did the Canada one, we did the Britain one, we did the Germany one. We've got labor all over the world rising up, saying enough is enough, and management's actually giving some concessions. Now, if labor keeps holding out, they might be able to get more, but people need to work, people need to eat, and deals still need to be made. So this is weird. You're looking at a picture of. Hold on, let me back up and help out our friend for 1 second.
Oh yeah. That guy.
That guy. That guy who's probably sleeping right now. So this is weird, right? I've got an OANN picture. What the heck is going on here? But it is CommonDreams, which is one of the best websites out there, and they're they're right
Yeah.
up there in the power rankings, and we'll talk about power rankings probably pretty soon.
I feel like I want to make two like like three America news. So I'm just like twice as good as them. You know. Like I feel like that's a line of thinking that they would appreciate. You know. The One
Yes,
America News Network.
100%. Two America, three American news.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I did
Yeah.
miss.
Yep.
I did miss, and I did want to bring in one special thing while we were talking about labor and organizing. There was a podcast that came out last week that I think everybody needs to listen to, and that's Amped Up with Ryan Knight with guest Afeni from Fred Hampton Leftists. This was an hour of fire from October 2nd. It
Yep.
happened. I forgot to mention it last week, but that everybody should definitely listen to. Feeney's just amazing. An hour long, an hour and 4 minutes. Ryan and Feeney talking about organizing, talking about mutual aid, talking about what she's doing and what she wants to see happening, and it's fantastic. Definitely have to give that a listen. Uh, so I wanted to jump into so that was the end of the again workers and strikes, and she's also part of FHL with General Strike Summit that's happening next month. That's on November 12th through 14th. So I want to shout them out and mention that. So again, let me just do the thumbnail for a second, and we will go to back to CommonDreams.
Nice.
There we go. Smooth. Jessica Corbett, member of the All-Star team. But report reveals how AT&T bankrolls far-right disinformation outlet One American News. Disinformation, I would say, is a questionable thing, although they have put out a lot of stuff. But this is really, it turns out AT&T virtually created it and provides it with nearly all its revenue. That is pretty shocking when you see that again. Court records revealed the role that telecommunications giant AT&T played, and I really didn't hear very many people talking about this.
No, I mean it's a weird story, right? Like,
They told us
you
they
know,
wanted a conservative network, so they created one.
yeah,
Thrived thanks to Trump.
it,
Okay, he
yeah.
started sharing their stuff. They ended up getting White House access. All right, so this is what they're supporting. That they're still
It's mad about
supporting
1/6. Yep,
the
still. It's what they say.
right.
10/10.
They're essentially supporting and still donating to the lawmakers who voted to overturn the election. They only had one, which was Fox News. They only had seven others on the other side. What they were considered this is a joke, left wing side, right? When they
Yeah.
said I jumped to it, when they said that I jumped to it and built on, right? So, but that's the truth is that all of them are right wing. It's just how extreme they are. AT&T virtually created it. This is a Reuters report that came out. The SEC approved AT&T's direct takeover of DirecTV. So he swears he struck a deal with an AT&T executive that if he lobbied federal regulators about the acquisition, they would air it and another network owned by the family on the DirecTV and universe. Yep, just a matter of degrees, 100%. So Ryan Cooper said that at a minimum, this news should prompt a review of the Obama administration's decision to approve the merger and, in general, aggressive media antitrust. Well, I think that our new FTC chair, Lena Khan, according to our friend Matt Stoller, is cracking down on trusts and on these mega corporations and on these mergers, and that they seem to be coming to a bit of a slowdown. Um, so that was the popular, I'm sorry, the CommonDreams article.
Nice.
Okay, and then we've got furthermore in residual. Hold on, let me. Residual corruption from the Trump era. What's really happening with the mail? This is our Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy. And he's not a
Mm-hmm.
nice dude, and he's not a good dude whatsoever. Um, so he's completely corrupt. Everybody's known for a while that he's corrupt. Last year, he was ordering the removal of mail sorting machines in order to intentionally slow down the delivery of mail and make it more difficult to deliver mail-in ballots and get them in on time. Yeah, why is he still here is a fantastic question. The answer lies, and they'll explain that there are only a certain number of seats on the postal board in order to be able to vote him out. There are, I believe now, it's now a 3-3 vote, and Biden would basically have to expand it in order to vote him off. But he'll begin implementing a plan that will fundamentally alter the core mission, the rapid delivery of first-class mail. Okay, many of the things sent through first-class mail will take much longer to arrive, which is really going to hurt rural areas specifically. Areas not served by FedEx and by UPS also. So prior to October 1st, all domestic first-class mail was supposed to arrive at its destination in 1 to 3 days. And now under the new standard, 31% is now subject to a new standard of 4 to 5 days. And only mail sent to locations within a 3-hour drive is expected to arrive within 2.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, for some
Also,
this won't be an
planes down
issue, but
here.
what about people in rural
Yeah.
areas? The disabled and the elderly will be especially hit hard. All right, and again, Judd Lagoon, Popular Information, outstanding publication, outstanding investigative work, always brings the receipts, always brings a lot of links, always brings a lot of sources, reliable. Snarled everything. Yep. That a related effort snarled everything. It delayed everything. We know this. It also makes mail-in voting, which Trump has falsely asserted is a vehicle for significant election fraud, more difficult to execute. Excuse me. Okay, the idea behind the slowdown, of course, is to save money, limiting the use of planes to deliver first-class mail, instead relying on ground transport. Okay, why? Because he has a trucking company.
Yep.
So he wants to put everything. Hey, Jared, welcome. Jared, you got shouted out earlier.
What's
We
up, Jared?
shouted out all the patrons, so thank you. Appreciate your support. So, $169 million savings initiative. That's the estimate by slowing down the mail dramatically. That's expected. Okay, even yes, postal banking is happening. Yes, I did see that that's happening. That's a great thing, but it's also a little concerning about what he's doing here, especially because if people aren't going to get their meds on time, we're going to have
Yep.
some serious issues. So again, these estimated savings may be exaggerated. The PRC, an independent agency that exercises oversight, found the estimated cost savings may be inflated. Several underlying assumptions appear untenable. What a surprise. And they're based on an outlier year when costs and modes were in flux compared to prior years because of the pandemic and because you had mail-in voting for the first time at this, again, due to the pandemic. Right. So again, what's this all about? His plan is part of an overall effort to participate in more fully strengthening the U.S. market for package delivery services. Right. This is another continuation
Yeah,
of a crusade that Daryl Issa, and again, this is not something
so
that's
it's
listed
more
in the
private
article.
company, right? Yeah.
Daryl Issa was a representative whose crusade was to destroy and dismantle the post office, mostly because I believe he was a major shareholder or investor in UPS. He might have even been
UPS.
an executive at some point. So
And
he wanted to
FedEx
privatize
and
all of it.
you know,
And he also
yeah.
didn't want the cheap competition for his his primary investment vehicle. So yeah, it's heavily subsidized, but look, it's written by Congress. It is in the Constitution that we must provide postal service. But what it doesn't do, again, here, the USPS awarded Expo Logistics, the firm that bought his company and employed him after the sale, were a contract worth $120 million over the next 5 years. Because he could sign
Yeah.
the contract. He can award it. Okay. He his family foundation have divested, but his family businesses continue to lease 4 North Carolina office buildings to Expo, and those leases could generate up to 23 million in rent payments for the businesses over the next decade. Okay. For a family worth over $150 million, it's not pocket change, but that's a decade. So you're talking a couple $1 million a year in rent payments, but that's in payments. They also have probably mortgages and taxes and expenses. That is a little bit of they're allowed to own real estate. I would contest that, except again that there would be influence and there would definitely be the ability to have conversations with people inside a building that you own.
Yeah.
Okay, they said he did not participate in the procurement process for the Expo contract. He doesn't have to be. We all know. When the boss wants something, there's a way of him making it known without it actually being known. Without, yeah. It is way better and faster, Jared. You're 100% right. And that's why they're screwing with it.
Yeah.
They're trying to hamstring it because it is federally funded and they can't compete as a private entity against federally funded. But they're also getting clobbered by Amazon.
Yeah.
But don't think Amazon isn't loving this. They've got their own fleet, their own planes. They deliver even faster than the Postal Service, but the Postal Service is also one of the biggest. Amazon's one of the biggest users of the U.S. Postal Service there is.
Yep.
And part of that, I believe the whole thing about not wanting to deliver first class mail on airplanes had to do with how much they were doing specifically for Amazon. And everything had to be done
Yeah.
by truck or it was going to slow it down, which is partly why you
Yeah.
see Amazon now backing off the 2-day Prime thing.
Yep.
So, you asked the
Yep.
question,
They claim it's for
Darlene.
COVID reasons, but
Here's your answer. The Postmaster General is not appointed by the President. However, it is selected by the Board of Governors. The board decides how long each postmaster stays in the position. At the time of his appointment, there were 6 members, all of whom were appointed by Trump. Biden recently filled 3 vacancies, but Trump's appointees still hold a 6-3 majority, and thus far they seem loyal to DeJoy. Not just loyal, they're loving him. All right. Biden can fire and replace members of the board, but only for cause. Some Democrats are calling on Biden to remove the Trump-appointed board members so that new members can oust DeJoy. But it's unclear whether any of the Trump-appointed board members have done anything that would justify their removal. Still, without ousting board members, DeJoy supporters could soon be in the minority on the board. Of the 6, one is a holdover member whose term ended last year. Yeah, this is what I don't understand. If he's a holdover member whose term ended last year, why didn't they vote somebody else in? Another one who expires in December, they should have one person already lined up and ready to go and already announced, saying that starting in December, this person's taking over. Why haven't they? If Biden replaces these vacancies with new appointees that have a different vision for the Postal Service, his days could be numbered. Everybody, please subscribe, support, like this post for Judd Legume. Again, Joe Mangano, one of my buddies. DeJoy needs to go. The sooner the better. Biden administration can legally affect it, the better. 100%. That's my buddy.
what's that first comment there?
It was something about trucks, using trucks
Yeah.
at a
And the
time when the
trucking
trucking
industry
industry doesn't have enough drivers.
drivers.
Yeah, that's a great point. But it's not even just about that. When the airlines could use a boost and wouldn't need to be vaccinated. Yeah, all of the above. Um, but also think about the pollution. Think about the moving of the fleet to electric that Biden is looking to push and enforce by 2035, I believe that's ready to go.
Right.
But this guy owns a logistics and trucking company. You think that he's trying to? I mean, this was complete bald-faced naked corruption. The decision to make it so that first class mail is only trucked and no longer flown was definitely a decision made by
Ridiculous.
the top level, by the postmaster, somebody like the postmaster general and that level. So Judd Legume finding what's going on with the mail and appreciate his work, his effort, and his team. Testim Zakaria, Rebecca Crosby, and I can't remember the new person that just came on board. What an operation. And we got somebody who's normally featured on videos next.
Okay.
You'll recognize this guy.
Don't tell.
Unapologetic.
Nice.
Unapologetic Dontel published a Substack this week. Yes, we need to bring the mail and fire that DeJoy guy. I'd love that. Dontel somehow got this out this week. The only other person I really saw covering it, I think maybe Convo covered it. I know Franco did a great segment on it. And of course,
Yeah.
Dontel himself did a stream and segment about it. But I wanted to give him a shout out because this was just mwah. AOC and Just Dems, of course, not Justice Democrats, paid $13 million to DNC consulting firms since 2019. And this is not a hating post. This is a we're disappointed, but we warned you, and this is not a surprise here post. Claim to be the
Yep, the
antidote to
classic.
corrupt corporate Democrats, but they turns out they're just Democrats.
Classic dad move of we're not mad, we're disappointed.
That's what we have to
This
do.
is, I guess.
Well, we're not nihilists. We're not nihilists.
No.
We don't want to watch the
I
world
mean,
burn.
sure.
We want to put our faith in
Yeah.
people that will actually do the things that they say that they're going to do. And we're going to find people who are going to do that, and we're going to organize and try to push the people that said they were going to do it and aren't into doing it.
Yeah.
Whether that is within the party or from outside as independents or from a third party. But the pressure is coming, the pressure is there, and they are feeling it. And they need to be feeling it more often, according to our friend Robert Durden. He's got some pretty good ideas about that.
For sure.
So, Dontel, after going through a filing on open secrets and totaling money that went directly to consultants, Justice Democrats, Pramila Jayapal, Ro Khanna, Ilhan Omar, and AOC, gave $13 million to DNC consultants over the last 3 years. What? The politicians who solicited millions in donations explicitly promising to dismantle the corporate influence in the Democratic Party plan to do it by dumping $13 million into the nexus of corporate influence consulting firms?
That'll do it. That'll do it. That's gotta dismantle the corporate influence by giving the corporate influence money. What?
Right. The fact that they're willing to invest this amount of money into the shady infrastructure of the party answers a major question. If they aren't funded by corporations, why won't they ever challenge leadership to advance the policies they ran on? They used our political donations as their buy-in to the corrupt but always profitable political machine. It's clear they had no intention of following through on the promise to root out corruption in the party, since they're participating in it themselves by greasing the palms of power brokers in the Democratic Party. Can't argue with very much of that.
Yeah, this is...
Montel's just, again, sledgehammer. And this is a long article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Again, I totally encourage unapologetic.substack.com. He doesn't publish very often. You can support him there. I believe you can pay to subscribe. If not, you can just subscribe via email. But again, Jayapal created a Medicare for All PAC in 2020. From that PAC, $619,000 went to Mothership Strategies, another DNC consulting firm. $124,000 from her own campaign. Jamie Harrison campaign paid them $16.5 million just to lose to vulnerable, odious Lindsey Graham. Oh, I love it. So good. He's got the goods. Chicanery with DNC consultants isn't new. Oh, look who it is.
Oh.
I was waiting for the reaction.
Look who it is.
This is the 2016 Unity Reform Commission meter. All right, where they agreed to do all kinds of things that got completely rolled back once the primary happened. Sean, dude, welcome. Good to see you here. So in 2016, between 7 and 800 million was spent on 5 consulting firms just to ultimately lose in the House, Senate, and White House to Trump. During the golden era of high-priced consultants, the Democrats lost over 1,200 seats at all levels. And again, never a price to pay for poor results. No. In fact, those same consultants are still being paid millions to advise campaigns, which brings me to the explanation I believe this all provides about the subservience. Considering all the advantages these incumbents that I've gone over before, I have a hard time believing AOC spent $1.4 million on a clothing line because she thought that would protect her seat from a challenger. I'm unconvinced that Ilhan Omar really believes 2.9 million to her husband's media consulting firm is what will keep her in Congress fighting the good fight. If Jayapal believes giving a DNC consulting firm 900,000 to run Medicare for all ads move the needle at all on a single payer, I have a bridge to sell her. If the old adage that money is power is true, then the overpaid consultant class of the Democratic Party are second only to the donors in maintaining the corporate capture of the party. Just absolute poetry. Poetry.
Yep.
Genius, really. Like Dantel. Dude, bravo. Seriously. Thank you.
I
All right.
don't know how anyone with a conscience can keep telling poor people to continue giving their money to these politicians as they become part of the establishment using our money as their buy-in. Jeez.
Just sledgehammers.
Deep frightened sentences like that, yeah.
Your money is best spent on mutual aid in your community, organizing direct action, and funding adversarial media. Well, thank you very much, sir. And please fund his adversarial media, calling this stuff out and writing it and publishing it for all to read and see. Please, yeah, subscribe to Dantel. I'm already a subscriber to his newsletter.
Yeah.
See, what the great thing about Dantel is because he doesn't publish very often, you know when he's got one, it's going to be really good. And every time I see a Dantel's newsletter published, I go, oh, I'm running for Dantel. He hasn't published very many. And he also called out Jordan in an article where Jordan called me out. So I will shout out for Dantel for doing that. Thank you. So Dantel, the man, like that was great. Appreciate him. All right. You better go to the freezer.
Oh, is it that time?
It's that time.
Oh.
We're going to the freezer. Because it's time for a Jaeger bomb. Let me open it up. Jaeger bombs. Wait, they missed the bottle.
You missed it?
Yeah. No, it's too high. You're blocked. Okay. All right, you were doing Jaeger bombs, or at least Reese gonna do a Jaeger bomb. Yeah, because we've got a Robbie Jaeger segment.
I'll run a double. So
now we covered this one with him. Cheers. Billionaire donors flocking to the Sunrise Movement. So this is more about big money co-opting the supposed left, and the what's being sold to America as the left today, and what we put our hopes in and thought was going to represent us, but has not effectively.
Oh, tastes like college.
Nice. The environmentally focused Dark Money Group has steadily built themselves as a youth-led grassroots organization. The problem is that many of their donors don't necessarily reflect that. Everybody, please sign up, subscribe to Politify, and if you can donate, and I think it's $60 a year or it's $5 a month. This is one of the best publications. Again, it's not long. We went through it. We actually went through this with Robbie himself on our last stream, but I did want it wasn't even actually that was last week already. Gosh, last Thursday. It was great to get a chance to talk to him and to actually go through this with him. But I again wanted to call attention to it because of the Dantel article that it's a recurring theme. Okay, that there's a lot of Soros money, the new venture fund, Center for American Progress. Okay, you had Bill Hewlett and his late wife Flora. So this philanthropic fund, the Hewlett Foundation, they seem to have their money in a lot of stuff. And there are some red flags big time that we're starting to see, and the name Rockefeller is starting to pop up. The Ford Foundation is starting to pop up. These are known. Tides Foundation. This is all problematic. There we go. Ford Foundation, $250,000. Sunrise Movement's Education Fund.
Yep.
The problem
David
facing them,
Rockefeller's in there.
right, is how they're able to reconcile their anti-billionaire rhetoric with the fact that an ever-increasing portion of their funding is coming from those same sources. And again, highly recommend you read this article. There is a ton of good stuff in here. The fact that there are only 4 likes is shameful. There should be 4,000 likes of this article. People should be seeing what is the Wallace Global Fund. Any idea?
No clue.
Private
No
foundation
clue.
whose funding primarily comes from investment funds, which per their website has been fossil fuel free, donated 250,000 to Sunrise and 750,000 to over a dozen of their partnered groups, except that it claims 3 main funds. Okay.
Solar.
Right. Nearly their entire business model is profiting from investments made in companies that would greatly benefit under a Green New Deal based economic structure. Yeah.
Yep.
Al Gore involved, Whole Foods, Vestas Wind Systems, Panasonic. These are not environmentalists.
Yep. No. Keep in mind how much Tesla has to mine lithium.
It's the amount of money that's going into organizations like Sunrise now. Again, Sierra Club, another one. They co-opted organizations across the board. Yep, CIA. You called it, Sean. You know. And that's kind of funny because our next story. Wow. Comes from a little known outlet that my crawler picked up. And this was featured. Wow, man, what's going on? This is 18% of my CPU.
Eventually it'll. I don't know if it's just. Who knows what's being.
It could be my bandwidth, but I don't think so because I never have a problem with bandwidth and it's the middle of the night, so it shouldn't have a problem. But okay. It gave us our break that we needed.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Publication is the LA Progressive newsletter. And I picked up this article because probably of the name Julian Assange. Why is the CIA plot to kidnap or kill Julian Assange routinely ignored?
I wonder. Let's read further.
So,
which, by the way, send your files to, like what's that address in Scotland? Like, just send them all there.
WikiLeaks, right? So 3 years ago, on October 2nd, 2018, team of Saudi officials murdered Jamal Khashoggi, rest in peace, in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. We know about this. The purpose of the killing was to silence him and to frighten critics of the regime by showing that it would pursue and punish them as though they were agents of a foreign power. Mockingbird. Yep. Operation Mockingbird. How about that? It was revealed this week that a year before the Khashoggi killing in 2017, CIA had plotted to kidnap or assassinate Julian Assange, which we know who had taken refuge 5 years earlier in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. Senior U.S. counterintelligence officials said that plans for the forcible rendition of Assange to the U.S. were discussed at the highest levels of the Trump administration. The informant was one of more than 30 U.S. officials, 8 of whom confirmed details of the abduction proposal, quoted in that Michael Isikoff piece in Yahoo News, that also tried to Russiagate and tie to Russia, which was wrong. But plan was to break into the embassy, drag Assange out, and bring him to where we want, except that really wasn't the case either, because now we know, thanks to Max Blumenthal and thanks to the UC Global case, all about what David Morales was doing, and that UC Global was in charge of security in the Ecuadorian embassy, that they planted cameras on behalf of the CIA all over the place, and that they were going to handle any rendition and extradition that would have happened during that time. But they got exposed, and and they were brought up on charges because they were brought in on this. And again, watch Max Blumenthal's stream. It's on Rockfin. He has a show on Rockfin called Foreign Agents. You have to be a premium subscriber. I think he does eventually put it on the Moderate Rebels or on the Gray Zone channel.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Jank and Anna. Yeah. Apparently, Jank and Anna are concerned that they think that Indie Left is a major power in this space and is a threat and is funded by Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kalinske and Joe Rogan, which is hilarious because none of them would even talk to me. And
I'd love to. Joe, hit me up. We'll practice
seriously,
sidekicks for a couple hours.
like
I'm down.
Jimmy, love you, love you, brother. But no, I'm good. Like
Yep.
we're self-funded right now, and that's happy to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
And
I still
user-funded, and
gotta cash those checks from Putin. So, we're like, it takes a minute.
right.
So,
So again, getting back to our our story about Mr. Assange. God, free that man. Free Julian
said
Assange.
Andy
Please
left
free Julian
yelling
Assange. We've got to
fire
let
for
that.
sure.
I mean, especially after what we see here, that the CIA actively was plotting to drag him out of an embassy where he had political asylum. All the stuff
And
that they
Donziger, don't
pulled.
forget
The
him.
fact
I
the
mean,
fact that this
there's now a list.
continues.
Yeah.
It's beyond disgraceful that we continue to pursue this, that our country continues to pursue this case. It's a persecution. Just essentially, and Ray McGovern said it was essentially to move him from place to place to place, prison to prison, and never let him out for life. Free
Yep.
Julian Assange, please. Please, Almighty, free Julian Assange.
Stop making us fucking beg before we start breaking kneecaps, please.
It's unreal.
Like, geez,
Apologists for the
crazy.
CIA say it was freedom. It was freedom of the press was not under threat because they're not real journalists. Except
Oh,
that
of course not.
information. No, they're publishers. Okay, but they
Yeah.
also were looking at real journalists. So what do you mean? So there's Glenn
Mm-hmm.
Greenwald and Laura
Yep.
Poitras.
They're
Okay, and
award-winning, Glenn Greenwald.
right, and they were similar to those employed by the Chinese government for suppressing dissident in Hong Kong, which has been much criticized.
Yep.
Okay, again, the extraordinary story exposed by Yahoo News, but the journalist who wrote it, it's possible to only give a brief pieces. Okay, their disclosure should be of particular interest in Britain because it was in the streets of central London. The CIA was planning the extrajudicial assault on an embassy, the abduction of a foreign national, and his secret rendition to the U.S. with the alternative option of killing him. But apparently, they had contacted the British also about shooting out tires somewhere at an airport because they did not want to gonna shoot on British soil.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It's like a Tom Clancy novel, but sad and depressing.
Yeah. So in any event, the embassy attack never took place, despite the advanced planning. There was a discussion with the Brits, like, yeah, about turning the other cheek, or right, and former senior counterintelligence official. But they're all liars, also. But this was confirmed by a lot of people. This definitely happened, but it was already reported in 2020 by Max Blumenthal. We didn't really learn much here. But what we learned was that they also had looked into spying on Glenn Greenwald and Laura Poitras, and that
And they would have
journalism
gotten
doesn't really
away with
matter
it
to them.
too.
Right.
It
If we
wasn't
were to
for
be
that meddling
extradited,
with the
175 years in prison, as we well know from Richard Medhurst, from Kevin Gostola, and from Randy Credico, and all the other outstanding journalists that have covered this case extensively over the years, especially over this past
Yeah,
year.
for sure. Did Greg
Only
Palast do anything on it?
I have not seen Greg
I saw
cover
him.
it. He was covering the
I've
Donziger
seen him
stuff this week.
cover Donziger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
good
he
for
was
him.
focused
I like his hat.
on the Georgia um voter roll purges and nationwide voter roll purges.
Well, and before that, he was doing the Florida stuff with Al Gore, and that's what I remember him from. Right?
He's been around a long
So,
time. He's been doing
yeah,
this a long
that's why he
time.
gets to wear the hat. He gets to wear the hat and not be made fun of for it.
He sure does. So Pompeo's determination to conflate journalistic inquiry with espionage has particular relevance in Britain because the Home Secretary, Priti Patel, wants to pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah.
She proposes updating the Official Secrets Act so that journalists, whistleblowers, and leakers could face sentences in prison. Unbelievable. Donziger is a definite BS thing. That is just, again, he's got to serve 6 months contempt. I mean, the time served is nothing to them. I mean, and it was appointed by a corporate judge, for the first time in history, prosecuted by a Chevron-appointed corporate judge. It's unreal. So, the true reason the scoop about the CIA's plot to kidnap or kill Assange has largely been ignored or downplayed is rather that he is unfairly shunned as a pariah by all the political persuasions, left, right, and center. Well, not all. There is a very loud example, but to give 2 examples here, U.S. government has gone on claiming that the disclosures put lives in danger, yet the Army admitted in court, right, that they failed to find a single person in Iraq and Afghanistan who had died because of the disclosures by WikiLeaks. As regards to the rape allegations in Sweden, many feel that these alone should deny him the claim, yet the Swedish prosecutor only carried out a preliminary investigation and no charges were brought. He's a classic victim of cancel culture, so demonized that he can no longer get a hearing, even when government plots to kidnap or murder him. It's unreal. Like Patrick Cockburn Counterpunch. Great publication. Oh, that interesting. Used to have a lot more Counterpunch, but the St. Clair's have been doing a lot, leaning a lot more towards squad defending, TYT type of, not the type of reporting that we're looking for, and apologists, and they've been around a long time. They've been in this game for a very long time, a lot longer than I have, I can tell you right now. But they've been disappointing, and this is from somebody that used to really enjoy their stuff. And now, back, one more screen transition, and we got our last one, and it's always Caitlin's Corner. And again, this is one that I kind of missed. I didn't even get it into the Leftist.today, but I thought it was really, really fascinating, her take, because this is something that we've seen happening, and why is it happening? And her take about why is probably accurate because she's one of the smartest people out there, and she's absolutely savage. So, the psychedelic renaissance is entirely about corporate greed, right? Why is there all of this money flowing into companies intending to monetize psychedelic therapies, as the new research has increasingly shown that blowing one's mind can alter it for the better? Okay, money's pouring into psychedelics. Mystical meet the mystical hedge fund investor bankrolling the boom, right? So again, she's just so good. The LA Times' Sam Dean shares the personal journey of hedge fund investor Saad Shah and his involvement in what has become a multi-billion-dollar psychedelics industry, right? And long before the legal infrastructure necessary for such companies to turn a profits in place, it's wild. This is a wild story. He welcomes big pharma and big institutions to enter the fray in the interest. Ah, look who it is! This is this. Yeah, dude, you stayed up late to watch this. Bro, I'm so honored. Thank you. And I did. I had you in mind when I was putting this article together. my friend who's always been into psychedelics and talking about psychedelics, but I don't know if you're going to be thrilled with this one because this is all about the money and the big money that's behind the push. Now, the fact that they're getting out there and that it's becoming much more mainstream is fantastic. Okay? But what Caitlin is saying here is that this movement is being co-opted by the
That
wealthy
that
and
picture, if you were on psychedelics, would have been real impressive. But when you just scroll past, I'm just saying that would have
follow the
been,
money. That's right,
you
brother.
know,
I'll take it a step further and say that
uh,
the recent mainstreaming of psychedelics is also due to the fact that the abusive nature of capitalism is causing a widespread mental health crisis that our rulers have a vested interest in preventing, so the slaves will keep turning the gears of the machine. She's so existential. I love it. So, psychedelics are not illegal because a loving government is concerned that you may jump out a third story window. They're illegal because they dissolve opinion structures and culturally laid down models of behavior and information processing. They open you up to the possibility that everything you know is wrong. She is absolutely legend. I adore her. She's wonderful. She even responds to DMs once in a while when you amplify her stuff like I do the way that I do. That's right, Reef. Find those matrix bars. Reef, by the way, has been experimenting with matrix bars, and we've had some fun with that. I believe the first one was
yep.
last week when we did the show.
Well, like right at the
Oh,
end of it.
it was after we
Yeah,
did the show, right? You took it at the end while we were doing boats. Oh no, that's right. We couldn't do boats crashing into other boats because we
new
crashed.
boats.
Because my whole computer and Discord and everything crashed, and that was the craziest thing.
We need we need to get a transition that's actually boats crashing into other boats.
Yeah,
You know.
okay, yeah. I'll get. You know what? I'll get Tommy Nation to work on that. Tommy Nation, if you're watching,
Yep.
please. That's a cut we can do. And you
Stinger graphic.
talk to Reef about that. Um,
Yep.
well, Sean, I had to gush and actually do video segments like in homage to her in order to get some replies, but Caitlin's fantastic. And she just hits it on the head every single
Yeah.
week, every single time. And she's been
I've got
publishing like
my
crazy,
husband
by the
right
way.
here.
I'm going to go back to the beginning of the Substack, and you'll be able to see how often she's been doing. All right. The situation changed. Global capitalist institutions are acutely aware that Western civilization is in the midst of a mental health crisis, only looks likely to get worse, and people are looking for
Yeah,
anything.
this is like the same problem with cannabis, right? I mean, it's the
Hmm.
same. Like it's big corporations going to come in and gentrify it all, and you know, so like
Yeah. Well, I can hazard a guess why. I love this. Here she goes, just with the sledgehammer. Continually pummeling people's minds with messaging that they are inadequate if they don't look a certain way, own the right products, and make enough money is bad for their psychological health. And she's just gonna kill it, absolutely kill it. Everybody go read Caitlin's and subscribe to Caitlin's newsletter, and then go buy her a cup of coffee on Ko-fi.com. She's got links: Ko-fi, Patreon, PayPal. Hook her up. If you got Bitcoin, if you got some Bitcoin, you want to make a donation to her with Bitcoin. She's awesome. Love her.
she's got that SoundCloud too. You can listen to the
Oh yeah,
audio
you can
stuff.
listen. Yeah, exactly. You can listen to her husband do the audio read. He's so good.
Yep.
It's just like so dry. Um, again, going back to that's what she subscribed to. That's her personal profile bio thingy. Wow, she's only subscribed to Greenwald, Taibbi, and the Common Ruin. I have to see what the Common Ruin is, but if Caitlin subscribed to it, I would guess it's probably pretty badass. Um,
Yep.
also wanted
Yeah, they
to.
were.
No, go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
So
Oh, I
these.
was just going to talk about mushrooms, but I can do that later.
So this is Caitlin's Substack, CaitlinJohnstone.substack.com. She also has a Medium page. I think she pretty much
Oh,
publishes
here
similar
we go.
things.
The second one, that one. Come down.
Oh, the Oberman one.
What's it? Keith Oberman. Oh, it's the worst. It's bad. He needs help. Someone send him, give him a hug. You know,
Keith needs a hug.
like
Yes. And
he needs it
again,
so bad, and
support
probably
Caitlin
some mushrooms
Johnstone.
and
Support independent media. Support independent thinkers. Support people who challenge narratives and who are on the
Yep.
edge of the narrative matrix. And she'll just smile that I just said that. So thank you,
Mhm.
Caitlin. We adore you. And one of these days, I hope to be able to talk to you one day. So, diddle-doop, diddle-doop. And I think it is time for some boats
Is it time for boats?
crashing
Boats.
into other
Into
boats.
other boats.
No, that's
So
my
we're gonna go
screen.
transition to just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Woo!
Us getting it together if we try. Just the no. All right. So I have to do this, right? All right. So we start on Reddit as most of my stuff comes from because it's super easy to get.
Okay.
Our trees,
Nice.
right? We've got the coolest lady in the world. I hope as we all get older, we get to meet more of these kind of people.
How long have you been smoking for?
Since I was a funny one, weed is legal, motherfucker.
How long have you been smoking for?
Since I was a fucking baby. You see that shit? The best shit in the fucking Bronx.
I'm really out here with fucking Stony Mama. Look at her eyes. She's stoned, bro. She got the glasses and all that. You can't see her shit.
I smoke more weed than Snoop Dogg.
We're in the Bronx, man. We're in the Bronx, man.
The Bronx is the most moral, but there's a lot of nosy motherfucking people. Okay,
You hear that?
If they don't like it, tough titties on them.
Look at her
Tough
fucking shirt
titties.
higher than a giraffe pussy. What that even means?
Yo, she's higher than a giraffe pussy. Y'all know how high a giraffe pussy is? That shit all the way up there.
I got the
All the way
fucking
up there.
munchies, and now
Reef,
I
you
got
gotta turn it up.
fries.
What do you smoke?
Right.
You're standing
Oh,
too fucking close to me. I'm fried as a motherfucker.
God damn. You gotta go home and take a nap.
Where'd you get your earrings?
I got it from the fucking plug.
See the earrings? That's some gas right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
So good. This
Good
lady
on
is
her.
incredible.
Amen. She's
Yeah.
cool. That is a
Yeah.
hip granny.
We got some hip doggos now too. Doggo with the Chewy toy. Yeah, good boy. Good boy.
Nice. Dude,
Yeah.
that is really
Dude,
funny.
I
That is
love it.
really
It's
funny.
so good.
Let me see if
Yeah.
I can up the stream quality. I'm getting some pixelation on your video.
On my end.
Yeah, let me go up to
Might be
30.
Discord.
No, go ahead. I think it's Discord. The 420th paradise.
Touchdown. Right? Who is this? Who's this?
That's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. He does the symbol, the okay symbol. Everything's
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought this was good.
That's
but,
great.
I wanted to start with we're about to head to the dad zone,
Okay.
right? So you'll appreciate this. So we give him a cup. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, I should drink it. Where does this come from though? Where does this come from?
Oh no!
Oh look!
Dude, wasn't that on? That was on Two Bears One Cave this week. We just got we just got the real life version of Two Bears One Cave.
The real life version, which is just fantastic.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is based. That's great. Nice hip
Aaron
granny.
Rodgers.
What else? What else
So
we
this
got
is-
here?
this is- I can only imagine one of your family members put this up on TikTok. This has to be you, right?
Okay,
You're-
I'm not
you're
on
coming
TikTok.
down the stairs. You step on a
Oh!
Lego.
Ow. Oh, that. Wait. Oh!
I hear that scream when your computer's not working. That's what I hear. That's this one. That's what I hear. Yep,
Wow, that's
and I just,
painful.
I
Dude,
just-
how did they get that on
so-
camera?
I
And
don't know.
What's
man,
really funny is that there's even the chair, the personalized chair is to my right. I am literally looking at a
Yeah.
personalized chair with my son's name on it that is that size to my right.
I love the kid at the end who starts going, "It hurted me too." I'm like, Ted's got a broken back.
Oh, I
But you're
feel.
like, I got a boo-boo too.
Oh, I feel that.
I love it. Oh, so your kids got the scooters, right? They got the old scoots, right? I figured you would enjoy these scoot segments, right? So,
Oh,
so God,
wipeout.
just like flat face to concrete, just oh.
And did he
All
get
right, I'll
up?
hit you with a,
He's okay. See, you don't tell me if he's okay. And he's okay.
It says back, he's fine.
No.
That's what it says here. He's fine. He's fine.
Humans are resilient.
So this is why you got to use your helmets, kids. Right? You got to use helmets.
Ruh-roh. Oh, wait.
Full screen it.
Wait. But it doesn't really. There. Wait. There's that like chin first?
Yeah, that's like shit whip straight into the like edge of the ramp.
Oh.
Like right to the throat. Like he's okay. He's fine. He's fine. They're fine. Oh. Bikes. So we got another scoot video, right? So everybody loves scoots.
Oh.
Just
Oh.
right into the car. And
No.
right over, and
Oh no, he has to back up over.
right back over.
Oh.
Like
No.
and perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Right? How? I would like to know how. Right?
What?
Like, how do you
What?
get run over and be like on your head?
What?
Like, how are you fine? How are you fine after that? How are you fine? It makes no sense. He just like gets right back up. He's still wearing his mask, you know? He's got his mask on. Like, mask didn't even come off.
Wow.
You know? Like, what? So we got another
oh, Nightbot. Sean, don't worry about Nightbot. Ignore that.
Nightbot's cool. Nightbot's our friend. So we got another bikes video here.
Uh-oh.
Right?
This is
So,
not going to
as
go
you can
well.
see, this is a very high stairwell.
This is not going to go well. Oh my God.
Do you think he makes it, or do you think he doesn't make it?
I would say not makes it. I would say not makes it, and it's not going to be pretty. And you can't see ground. All you can see is sky underneath it.
You can see his sky. You have no idea how high this thing is at all. But
Oh.
ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he didn't. Okay, he stayed on the stairs.
He almost made it. Like, he lands here.
Oh.
Right? He lands here and then like falls 5 feet.
Yeah, but he was already losing it there, though.
That could have gone way worse. Like, he was losing it around here.
Yep.
Right? And then like just smack. Right, like head against edge of stair. Again,
Ow.
wear your helmet, kids.
Sorry to laugh at anybody's misfortune. Glad you're okay.
Yeah, glad you're okay. But, you know, I'm sure he laughs at this video now, too. What do we got next? Oh, yeah, water park stuff. Right? Water park stuff is great. Right? Everyone loves the water park. You're chilling out. It's cool. Summer vibes, right? You know, you get all the way up to the top of the top of the slide, right? And you're ready to go, and you go down, right? And it's super cool and fun and fast, and then oh no!
Crushed. Oh, I did not order crushed nuts with my slide.
No, and also this guy who just pops up just got like slammed in the head
with
like 200 pounds
of nuts.
Yeah, like,
yes, with a pair of crushed nuts. Yeah. That's right. He got balls to the face is what he got. Nice.
Oh, it's terrible.
Ow.
We got another water park adventure here, but this time family fun.
Oh
Right?
boy.
We got the whole family coming down. Oh, he's going up. He touched the top.
Oh, 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 and he's okay. But there goes his tube.
He's okay.
Where's the
Yeah,
tube?
there goes the tube and his dignity. And his dignity, his coccyx is definitely broke. He definitely broke his coccyx. You know.
Yep. Chiropractor
So-
is in your future. Mm-hmm. Wow.
I figured, you know, in the Door Discord we've been talking about religion quite a bit for some reason. So I figured you should get schooled. You should get schooled in the particular religion of the country that you may not personally be a part of.
Oh boy.
But I figured you probably need to learn these things. So this is the story of Jesus, right? And he's up here on the cross, and this is the Roman man who's going to spear him, right? You know this story, right?
Of course.
Kinda, oh no, he kills Jesus. But then this guy comes out wild.
With a chair.
Come over the head. Yeah, don't kill Jesus. You
Steel
mother-
chair.
You're gonna kill Jesus on my watch. Yeah, like, like I love this video because it's like this guy's so in. These must be the best actors in the world on this stage who could have made this guy think that this guy was in legitimate danger.
Either that or he was high on mushrooms. One or the other. Actually, that's not true. He wouldn't be high. He'd be more drunk. But he was tripping. Yeah, leave Jesus alone. Leave my Jesus alone. Sorry, you have to make a mushroom joke. But that wow.
Well, look, Moses didn't talk to God without burning a little bush. Okay. And I think it also says,
Hey, that's
if
true.
a man should lay with another man, he should be stoned. And I'm glad they're thinking about their mental state. You know, we should all be stoned for that kind of thing. But, what's
Different
this
kind
one?
of stoned,
Okay,
of course, but yes.
So,
Oh boy. Uh-oh. I see what Reddit that's in, so I'm already worried.
you're already worried. Yep. So these are fun things to do with your buddies on the weekend. You're gonna go play soldier, right? And you're gonna use this line, and you're gonna learn how to rappel, right? Man, I hope my safety valve doesn't mess up.
Oh no!
No, that's
Early.
that's miss the mat, hits the edge of the concrete.
Oh, face first, chest out.
Pop,
Say it with your chest.
hit it with your chest. Just
Woo.
I love that he superhero dives.
Woo. Just swans out.
Straight confidence to flat. Pow. Oh.
Wow.
So we got Skylar here and Brianna.
We don't know anybody named Skylar, do we?
No, I don't think so. They're way too anyway.
Ender.
Way too like middle class suburban things for me, but like, you know, we definitely are at a kegger, right? You know, you probably got to watch your drinks around Skylar,
Oh no.
right? And
Is he jumping in the
and, you
pool?
know-
That's what we're doing here. We're trying to jump in the pool, and I think he's gonna miss.
Brittany here has had a little too much,
Uh-oh.
right? Of whatever's here. Too many wine coolers, right? And she's gonna go for the tramp and go.
No!
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna sting in the morning.
yeah,
That's gonna sting in the morning.
Now, but she definitely will later.
Oh, she's
Right?
no, she's feeling it now too, I think. But oh, she got almost
Like
halfway through the flip.
neck. Yeah, almost got halfway through the
On
flip.
on
Was
what?
she trying to flip, or was she like
On what?
like
No, she was trying to bounce
She
off
just
and go into the
went-
pool, but like her
eh,
knees
yeah.
her knees locked, it looks like, and like you see she hit the trampoline all awkward and wow.
Oh, great.
In what universe did anybody think that was a good idea?
Look,
okay.
Skylar said he does it all the time.
Well, he does
Right.
because he's a
So-
fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here-
what do
here
we
we
got
go.
here on
So
camera?
we got dad renovations going on. We've got this big stack of stuff here, and he's trying to bring stuff up.
The security camera catches all.
Bow! It's all gone. Like, just someone should have secured those bolts. Is all I'm
Oh
saying.
my God!
You know, also,
And how much weight did he have on that thing? Holy mo-
I don't know.
and it wasn't lever,
It's
it wasn't
also
cantilevered, and
how
wow.
close is like how close is the weight limit that one package he put on?
That's
Caused
a
that whole like it was fine up until then. How crazy is that? Just like
that.
and he just disappears. He just goes into the shadow realm. Just gone. Like,
And something fell on him too.
yeah, like the whole deck fell on him.
No, the baby gate and the grill fell on him.
Oh yeah, like yep. Oh God.
Yeesh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, has a guy with a deck that size? Oh, that's frightening.
Yep. you gotta clear the bushes around the deck to make your deck look bigger. That's
Hey.
what I hear. But you know.
Some of us got big enough decks that we don't even need to do that.
Yeah. What?
What?
Huh?
What? Are we talking about decks? What?
Usually when you have that predicament, you tend to like try to buy a truck that can compensate.
Okay, that's not gonna. Oh no! Oh no! Chain. God! Everybody run!
Everybody run! Just I love how much like the chaos ramps in this video. It's like a crescendo of chaos. It's like what's going on here? Oh, some idiots like about to crash into a pole. They hit the pole. Pole falls down, almost hits like 3 people. Then there's this stuff, and then electricity, and then fire, and then like it's just like,
It's the last
what?
bastion of hell. In 11 seconds.
Oh, God.
It happened in 11 seconds.
11 seconds of just like
Yeah, fire. Some fire caught somewhere. Holy moly! All the electrical wires probably in the area.
Yeah, it like and there's probably
Damn.
sparks and light. So we have this guy. You're chilling out, right? You're hitting the soccer ball, right? You're a little drunk, but you still got skills. You're like, yeah, watch this. You're like, watch, pop. Catches the guy behind him.
I may not be able to kick the ball, but I can still trip your ass. Oh, he was definitely going to kick the ball. But that's funny.
Yeah. Yep.
He didn't even see that guy coming. That's all right.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
He saw 2 people coming. What do you mean? Like, he was that level of drunk.
He's just going for the ball. I'm just playing the ball.
These are always fun videos.
Yeah, refs did not. No, referee saw that one and said he's playing the ball. He never even saw the dude.
He played the ball. Yep. So we're chilling out. We're going fast.
Oh boy.
Right? You're probably going around 30, 40 miles an hour, easy.
Longboards. Uh-oh. Oh!
Wow!
Oh
and
no!
In slow motion. And straight down the middle.
Oh! Oh, I love how you get the facial. You get the face on the dude in the motorcycle.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Ouch.
They're okay.
Ouch.
They're okay.
We're okay.
So you're in high school. You're trying to impress the girls, right? Bang! Just right to the dome. Like he hits this like railing. Pop. Luckily, he's young and he'll heal fast. You know?
Yeah. Ow.
You
Ow.
know, this one's an interesting one, right? There's a lot of suspense to this one. Okay, so you're chilling out in your apartment and you hear some yelling outside.
Uh-oh.
Some foreshadowing there.
Uh-oh. No. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like, what? It's the double turn. We've looked at the cars, we look back. We don't warn the guy. Like, we don't.
Is that a murder? Is that like a murder that we just witnessed?
I don't think so. I think he's okay.
How? How?
Like, but it's just this big rant. He's like, just like
Hello,
the third
officer.
act.
I would like to report a murder. What? Like, that dude didn't slow down.
Probably didn't see him. He's like in all black.
He's got headlights. No way, man. No, come on. Unless he was looking down at his phone. Holy moly.
Probably.
Damn.
Too late. Like,
how dumb are you to run to do that in the street? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I don't even want to scroll down. Say goodbye.
Damn.
The timing is gold. Like a scene out of a Bill Murray movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got him.
Right. Last one for the night. To commemorate boats crashing into other boats, we will have person crashing into boat. Yump.
Okay. I don't think he was expecting that to be there.
No. Like, I think this is one of those high-speed boats in Australia. But, Bip, just...
Did he go through it?
How far is that? I don't know, man. I think he hit square and crumpled. Like, I think he's just like, flat to, like... Pop!
The sound.
Maybe he missed. I hope he missed. I hope he, like, hit the water here and we just don't see it. Right? That's what I hope. But I don't. No, I think.
No, because you'd have seen the splash. No, that's like his legs breaking on the deck. That's what that looks like. It looks like he's like all positioned for cannonball, but that's just his legs now. That's just his legs now.
But that's all I have for boats crashing into other boats.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go back to.
Make sure before everyone leaves, that we go to where are you live? Why don't I see you live?
We're live.
Here. Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube, for suppressing me. Appreciate that. Shadow banning. Yeah, he decided to go boating instead of diving at the last minute. Sean for the win.
So everyone should do this with me. I'm sure everyone has, but you go here and you click the like and then you hit the subscribe button. Look at that. That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. How were you not subscribed to the network that airs a show that you're already on, or did you unsubscribe just to do that back?
Unsubscribe. You go down here, you hit these Patreons and this PayPal, and
Well, actually, I was actually going to show on mine, if you go back to this one, that you can go to independentleft.media, and all of those links are also here. And you've got Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, YouTube, Odyssey, Facebook, Telegram. We're on Telegram as well. Instagram. I think the only one not here, and I will add it, is the podcast, because we just started doing that again. Need to earn reefer sub. Yeah. I definitely had to earn that one. That was hard earned. But you can get into the Discord. Everybody here that's in the chat right now, other than maybe Sean, is in the Discord. Discord's a good time, and that's just a 24/7 jet stream of news. MySpace, exactly. No, you know what? I probably do have a MySpace page somewhere because you can see I've pretty much got a profile everywhere, even Vimeo. There we are on Twitch.
Your
What's
only
going on?
fans.
Twitch. If I look at Twitch, I think you might actually be able to see us live right now in the
Down there at
Twitch
the
thing.
bottom.
Come on. We're slow, but it will actually bring in the stream if we're live. Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yep, there we are. Hey. And we're looking at wow. This is like Spaceballs.
Inception.
We're
Yeah,
looking at now.
Continue to go. Yep.
We're
Yep.
looking
And
at
we're
now
looking at the
now.
future, man.
When did that happen? Just now. Just missed it. Just now. Mel Brooks,
I
genius.
ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit.
So
So, again, this was fun. We're at 136 now, and good times for everybody. Thank you for everyone for coming, hanging out. This was, again, appreciate everyone listening to the articles, reading with me, and hold everybody accountable. And big things are coming. The left is growing. We are organizing. Labor is on its way up. We're doing it, and we're going to keep doing it. And we'll be back next week. Check out all the segments during the week. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks, everyone.
peace, love, soul.